Oh shit! I thought Ving Rhames was gonna be in this episode, man. This looked like that movie, People Under the Stairs. Y'all seen that movie? It's just like it with these parents. They were psychos or whatever, and they had people living in the walls and under the stairs, and was trapping them in the house, was killing people on a regular basis, torturing them. The people wasn't that crazy, but it was a similar situation. Anyway, the head priest, he comes back and he's pissed because remember his disciples went out and tried to take on Ushio and his dad. Really, he went. Both of them is Ushio, if I'm not mistaken. Both of their names Ushio, but Ushio, that's the last name. That's not the first name. So that's where that's how that works. Anyway, Anyway, what he also revealed is that the leader already knows about it, and she's pissed too. She says the spear chooses its possessor. So if Ushio has it, he's probably the one who's supposed to have it. So leave him alone. Period. So they're gonna leave him. Excuse me. They're gonna leave him alone. Not only that, the mission is supposed to be to help him now. And at this point, they said the people are pissed because they're jealous as hell because they've been training people to use that spear. People have been trained from the moment they was born. Motherfucker head just hanging out the pussy, and they talking about something. You getting trained for to use this spear, and they're like, okay, that's their first word. Okay, I'm gonna use the spear. All the way up till now, they're 30. And it's not them. They're like, damn. I can understand that. I can understand that frustration though. But he got these motherfuckers kissing the floor. He was so pissed. He came in, they started kissing the floor. The dude's jacked up on one side of his face for some reason. I don't know what happened to him. He must be a warrior. He must be a real G. Not only that, the old lady says that she was fighting with Udamami. What's the dude name? The evil demon that everybody's scared of. Warlock Mommy or something like that. Uda Voodoo or something like that. Uda Voodoo or something. Anyway, she said she'd been fighting with him for a long time. I don't think she actually stood up to him and fought him toe to toe, but I think that she probably sealed somewhere, and she's probably fighting to keep it sealed, tucked. And all that type of shit. That's what she's probably doing. Anyway, Ushio, he's stalking these hoes. But this one that he's stalking doesn't seem to be normal. Caught in the damn shower, butt naked. Ushio's a freak. Caught her butt naked in the shower. Not even, this was a hot spring. She all sweating and whatnot, got her clothes off. But anyway, he's watching the girl. She spots him, and she gets ready to run. But Tora sees something's wrong because she knows she spotted him. She can see dead people or demons or whatever they are. She can see dead people, like the Sixth Sense. Now, anyway, she's like that. She's pretty much like that kid from James and the Giant Peach, because when she gets back home, you find out her guardians are assholes. I don't know if you guys seen James and the Giant Peach, but it was this kid. He was living in this house, and he was living with his two aunts. They only fed him fish heads. They would beat the hell out of him. They had him doing chores all day long. And when I say chores, I ain't talking about regular chores. I'm talking about chores, like real chores. It was no apps for this at that time. He didn't have anything. They wouldn't let him do anything. They kept him locked up in his room where all he did was draw pictures and whatnot, and make like lanterns and hot air balloons, paper hot air balloons, little like origami hot air balloons. That's all he did. Nothing else. They beat the hell. They would beat the brakes off this boy. He asked for something to eat. They said, "Oh, we got something for you. We saved some fish eyeballs for you. You can eat that." That's what these kids are. That's what these parents are doing to this kid. They got her locked up. Won't let her leave. Got other people locked up. And it was a little girl that was in there. She was like 2. They had her locked up in there. but she's not no regular little girl. She said she smelled human and demon on her. So obviously that girl is not human. That girl's like a apparition or something. Anyway, the way that it worked, they're probably like the couple from People Under the Stairs. That's the way it worked. They was holding people hostage. They were psychos. Well, they wasn't psychos, but these wasn't regular folk. Obviously, their minds was warped. And remember on that movie, the kid came over to try to save the girl. That's the same thing happened with Ushio. Came over to try to save the girl, save a hoe. That's all. That's what happened. So yeah, it's similar to that movie, but completely different. It's very, very similar, but it's completely different. Anyway, Ushio, he doesn't listen to Tupac because he's giving these bitches piggyback rides. Now, Tupac said, if you're dealing with a cool female, that's all good. But if you're dealing with a bitch, you need to break ass and shake ass. And what happened is Ushio, he's giving this girl a piggyback ride and whatnot, took her all the way back to the house because she was going to pass out. I don't know, she had rubber leg disease or something like that. She said every so often she just passed out. She just passed out just for no reason every so often. Saved the girl life, brought her back to the house. And turns out the dude is money hungry. Basically, they flipping paper. It's a piggy bank. It's a bank. The house is a bank. It's a trap house. They get money up in there like crazy. What happens is it turns out the little girl in there is some type of aberration. If you could trap it, you'll get wealth. As long whatever house that you're in, that house will accumulate wealth. I will hurry up and put that shit up. It'll accumulate wealth no matter what. But they need that girl to keep that thing locked up and whatnot, or for whatever reason. They need her for whatever reason in order to keep getting this money. So basically, they just trying to get that paper. That's all they trying to do is get this paper. You see his face? I think that's what a lot of rich folks is like. They're not evil. The dude wasn't really evil. He wasn't evil. I mean, he was a bad dude, but he wasn't evil. He tried to let the girl get out sometime. He let her have company at least. He didn't try to kill the hoe. He wasn't evil, but he was about that money. And if you came between him and his money, it wasn't gonna be funny. It's gonna be some drama. He said, because if you touch her, like that girl he had locked up, he said, if you touch her, I got some drama for that buster. That's what he said. So anyway, Ushio gets there. He lets him stay for a little while. He noticed that Ushio has some type of long tool. He doesn't know what it is, but it just caught his eye, and it pulled up some of his memories from his old memory bank. He said something's not right about that damn. What, he had a staff or something? Why was it so long? I know it wasn't a poster, wasn't a broom. So what happened was he remembered back when he was first talking to that little girl. He seemed like a normal person at the time, but I think what it is the shit is corrupting them. Their parents, one of their forefathers had caught that demon, accumulated all this wealth, and they can't live without it. They raised their kids to do the same thing. The kids at a certain point in time, they get so used to living a certain lifestyle, they gotta live it. They have to. Basically, they have affluenza. That's what that psychosis they have is affluenza. That's what it is. People said there's no such thing as affluenza. There is affluenza, but you shouldn't get off. And the reason why I say there is affluenza, think about it like this. If you live a lifestyle different from someone else, it's hard for you to relate to that person. It's hard for you to even conceive what's it like to live in their shoes. That's why a lot of time people say, oh, them people on welfare ain't shit. They mooching off the system. What about other people mooching off the system? Who's to say that most of them are mooching off the system? What if they just broke because they have a lot of issues, or they might have mental issues, or their family was always poor and they just had bad breaks or whatever. This world ain't perfect. Some people get more bad breaks than others. You know, it could be a lot of different reasons. She got pregnant about 4 or 5 times. He got some 5 women pregnant. Why he do that? The same way somebody else did, because they made a mistake. You know, a couple times they made a few mistakes. Yeah, so the people that got a lot of money, they just live different lives. It's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. Like I can't see my through the eyes of a rich person because I've never been rich. But rich people can't see them through the eyes of poor people either. That's why Donald Trump's talk about we gotta get rid of this welfare. The welfare is the reason why this country's poor. What about all the rich folks stealing money? Yeah, but that person on welfare stole $300 a month. $300 a month in comparison to your $5 million a month. Or remember what he said, he had it hard. His dad only gave him a small loan of $1 million. That's affluenza right there. He grew up privileged, and it's not nothing wrong with it. It's just that he's just myopic, and he's just like thinking super linear. He only sees things one way. He can't. That's like telling somebody to tie their shoe, but they don't know what shoes are. They never had a pair of shoes. They say tie the laces. They're gonna look and say, what are those? You know, that type of deal. You know, they can't get it. So that's what's going on with them. They're not psychos or crazy or anything like that. I was just joking when I said that. They just have affluenza and they just can't relate to other people's lives. And they're obsessed and money hungry and a few other things. But they're not like psychotic crazy. Anyway, Ushio finally breaks the seal, releases the girl and whatnot, and that was it. And then the people, obviously, they're going to become poor. The girl, she's setting out to do whatever she said she's going to do. She said she's going to become strong. I don't know how. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, another episodic episode. These episodes are very episodic. I actually like this episode. I really did. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. The grand scheme of things, it sort of seemed like a pointless episode, but a lot of episodes in Ushio Tora doesn't need to happen. We didn't need to see this episode in order to get to the beginning we did need to see. The beginning of the episode was the only important information. The rest of it was like its own little side story. But I like seeing this one where they showed the people with affluenza and how they was living. You know, these people was like, okay, we got to keep this money coming. If we don't, we liable to go crazy. Liable to pull his hair out. That's how it was. Seeing that dude like that. And on top of that, most of the other people became demons or had demons and whatnot. These were just regular people that was holding the demon for money, for ransom, basically. But guess how many people would do that in real life? About 90% of people. Like if you knew that you had some demon locked up, well, not demon, some apparition locked up, and you could just live in that house and just become a quadruple, quintillion billionaire, would you do it? And the only thing you had to do was hold one girl hostage? I'd be like this. I told the girl, I'd be like, yo, we can split it. We can split it. I'll help you, help me, I'll help you. You know what I'm saying? And we'll make the seal bigger. That way we give the apparition a little bit more room to move around and we'll let her play with other people or something. I don't know. But I'd be like, we'll split it. Yo, you need a new Ferrari? You know, that type of deal. I need to stop saying that type of deal, Anyway, let me go ahead and check the comments. I'm going to catch up to this shit. Trust me. Y'all going to be proud of me in a minute. Say mean, I felt like you played me last stream. LOL, nigga, I was talking about making you an original song with an original beat. I might just diss your ass now. All I said was I don't want the song because I'm scared of copyright. I didn't say that. Never mind. I'm not even going to entertain that. I think he's okay. Yeah, he's joking. It says JK because that didn't even make any sense. I said I was scared of copyright claims. He said, "Oh, you trying to play me? You deserve to die." You assumed that I was going to use copyrighted music. Yeah, I did, but hey, who wouldn't assume? Because that's what most people do on YouTube. It's a safe assumption. Okay, wait, that flip you doing? What that flip you doing? There's another One Punch OVA. Don't worry, it's only 12 minutes, but super deep, deep, deep. Oh, he's wondering why I went to Ushio Tora. Yeah, I got to catch up on that. I got to catch up on Ushio Tora though. Okay, I would be pissed too if I had been trained in my life for the spear, and this clumsy ass fool comes out of nowhere and he's the successor. I will flip out like Lorenz Tate at the end of Dead Presidents. Okay, I will flip out like Lorenz Tate on Menace to Society. You giving the spear to who? You know, that type of, and start killing people. Remember, he had the gun like this. He said, you feel sorry for who? And just start blasting on them. I probably would do that. Man, that was a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air clip you shared on Facebook. Uber Hikari was cast as well. Yeah, Uber Hikari was in there. No, I've been saying that. I said Uber Hikari. I told him, I said, you look like the dude from South Central. That is that guy. Him. He was on Menace to Society. He was on a couple of different movies. But I said he looks like him, and he said he never seen the movie, never seen South Central. I don't know how. Uber Hikari casted well, but you should do a discussion on that scene because mofos still be doing. Yeah, I got into a conversation with quite a few people about that stuff. It is real. Like I always hear, this is what I always hear from people. You know how niggas be doing. No, I don't know how they do. I think they do the same thing everybody else do. Man, nah, somebody stole, man. Why they had to steal, man? They making black folk look bad. You know how niggas be doing. I hear that all day long. And everybody steal. And shoot, they ain't like the only people that steal are people that look, that's dark skinned. That don't make no sense. It don't. That really, I'm gonna talk about that too, but people gonna be mad at me for that. They said, "Don't talk about that stuff. We don't like it. It made me feel uncomfortable." Don't watch them. Okay, if you have trouble finding it, it's called The Shadow That Got Too Far. If I had trouble watching what? The Shadow That Got Too Far. What is that? Okay, yo, this show gives me such a strong Yu Yu Hakusho feeling. I know it's from the 90s, but I don't know why. But it's so fresh compared to some of the new series that are coming out. Ushio Tora is actually old. They remastered it or something like that. It's been out before. Like he did say, he says it's from the 90s. I don't know if it's from the 90s. It probably is, but yeah, they redoing it or something like that. Ushio wanted to smash that girl. Yup. That was his only purpose in life. He said my next mission in life is to smash his girl. I mean, affluenza is that bullshit. Don't get on that bullshit. No. When y'all say it's that bullshit, you right. It's a bullshit excuse for somebody, right? I'm not gonna let somebody off, but affluenza is real. When I say it's real, what I mean is that if you take somebody and you drop them off, let's say in the woods as a baby, and they grow up from a baby all the way to a full-grown man, and then you put them back into society, they're not going to be a normal person. When you take somebody, you raise them in that rich lifestyle where they always got what they wanted, when they wanted it, how they wanted it, they are not going to be normal people. Does that mean they should get off of murder? Hell no. Treat them just like a normal person. That's what's going to get them back, whip them back into shape. Like if that dude actually had to do some real time, trust me, that affluenza, it'll come right off of him. Affluenza, I think they just made that up to specifically, what am I trying to say? It's like bias. Everybody's biased. It's like being a racist. It's based on money. That's basically what it is. He can't see from other people's point of view. He thinks people that got less money than him is inferior and stuff like that. It's all from the same stuff. Not being able to see from other people's point of view. Okay, I hate that fucking kid. He kills 4 people, uses affluence as excuse for that shit. Then he gets off and ditches parole to go hide in Mexico. Fuck that bullshit disease. No. When I say affluenza is real, I didn't say that he shouldn't do time. I think the cure for affluenza is to bust somebody's ass because now they got to realize what it's like for other people. oh man, I actually got to pay consequences for my actions. You know, they never did it before. They didn't. They literally think they can go their whole lives without paying for their actions because they haven't done it before. So now what you do is you go ahead and put them in prison, so they feel like, oh damn, this is what it's like to pay for your crimes. Then it'll wear that off. Okay, affluenza. I'm sorry, I'm so rich that I can't understand why I do fuck up shit. Yeah, yes, that's true. Look, think about it like this. Oh, I already gave you an example, and I'm reading no comments. But if some people from other cultures just can't understand us because our cultures are different. Like you see somebody do this in the Middle East, you're like, oh, he's saying he's happy with me. No, that's the same thing as this over here. You just can't understand it. Exactly, that's bullshit. People are saying it's bullshit based on the fact that they don't think somebody should get off because of affluenza. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that people that are rich, they have cognitive dissonance. That's what they mean by that. They just can't understand poor people because they never had to do it. Have you ever worked a job and then said, damn, like work a job in customer service? Before you work that job, you'll walk up in the store and cuss the person out. You'll call them all kinds of names or whatever. You'll do anything because you don't know what that person had to deal with. But once you get the job, then you say, damn, I didn't know these people had to deal with this all day long. I'm going to be nicer to these people. That's the same thing as affluenza. It just means that you just could not process what it's like to be somebody in somebody else's shoes. He was so used to being rich, he couldn't understand anything else. Am I saying that that's a reason to get off? Hell no. Throw the book at him. But him not understanding what it's like to be poor, pretty much. The reason why he ran over them people, he thought he could do whatever he wanted and get away with it. Why? Because he's always done whatever he wanted and got away with it. Doesn't mean you should get off. Nah, he said, nah, too late, man. I'm about to ether your ass. Fuck my yeah. I'm getting ready to get ethered. He turned into knives. Okay. It's just another way for rich people to get away with anything. That's the thing. You shouldn't be able to get away with it. Like the guy who says he has affluenza, they made that term up. They really just made it up. But the term that he made up was just to specifically target this specific type of person that can't relate to other people based on affluence. Somebody else might not be able to. It's a lot of people that like. Matter of fact, I got into an argument with Zoro Fanboy about this. It was a couple other people I got into an argument about this. Man, racism is over in America. That's because you don't have to experience it. They're like, but black people and white people are the same. Yes, pretty much, but they live different lives because this country's a little bit different for different people. That's like saying being like a lesbian or gay or something like that is the same as being heterosexual. It somewhat is in the sense that you're not fucking with anybody, you ain't bothering anybody. I mean, what's the big deal? It is a big deal based on the fact that people will kill you for it. People have gotten killed over that stuff. You know what I'm saying? People get bullied over that stuff, all that. So people that are gay live different lives. And then somebody who's not gay will sit there and tell them, man, why you commit suicide? I got picked on every last single day of my life. I didn't think it was worth living. Man, you a coward. Have you ever been picked on every day in your life? Nah, but I'd be able to take it if I was. You don't know that. You don't know that till you go through it. That's what I'm saying. It's just that you don't. Everybody's living different lives, and they can't seem to look at it from an objective standpoint and understand where the other person's coming from. Everybody all say the same thing. Man, gay people, they commit suicide. They soft. Maybe it's because they just couldn't take being bullied. And who says that one person that committed suicide speaks for all of them? You know what I mean? That people just can't understand other people. Okay, just another. Okay, that's like saying niggas who drop out of school to sell drugs and shoot at each other don't deserve to go. People that drop out of school, sell drugs, and shoot at each other are the same way. They don't have affluenza, they have plurifluenza or whatever. Poor. They living in a situation where they just see it seems hopeless to them. So they going through the same thing, just in reverse. It ain't much of a balance. Me got a new computer, new house. Now he on the affluenza shit that happened to me with integrity, integrity and heart. Nope, I ain't got no affluenza. Trust me. Shoot, I got this computer on sale. That's first off. This house ain't mine. Shoot, it's being rented. Second of all, the only thing I got is heat, washing, drying the computer. That's it. That's all I got. That ain't a whole lot. Okay. My nigga Mean putting in work. He been pumping out these vids. I'm trying to. I'm fucking with these vids. Keep working, man. I'm trying to, man. I appreciate that. That's not affluenza. That's a fancy way of saying spoiled. Yeah. You're right. That's what affluenza is. Affluenza is spoiled. That's what it means. It's funny how rich people found a way to turn being spoiled into a disease. If it's a... I don't know. I can't say being spoiled means you're not accountable for your actions. But as far as it being the disease, man, the way these people that spoiled be acting, man, it seems like a disease. It seems like they really can't help themselves, don't it? But that's why you got to put them in jail, lock them up, do all that other stuff. I've never cursed someone out working in the store because I was raised right. Okay, see, East Blue Drew, he never did it, but most people, well, I ain't gonna say most people, a lot of people did it. Like one dude, he said he went to a store and ordered something right before they was getting ready to close, ordered all this food. Then when he worked at a store where he had to make the food, and he said, damn, I would never do that again. Because he realized the person probably already cleaned the grill, probably was getting ready to go home, had to stay an extra half an hour based on that, was getting ready to leave. That ruined his whole day when you order something at the last very minute. It's like, man, you come in at, we close at 11:50, we close at 11 o'clock, you come in at 10:58. You know what I mean? And want all that, and want so much stuff. At that time, you shutting down and everything. So, he didn't understand that before he started working that job. But now that he worked that job, he understands it. You got to be able to see you got to live other people's lives in order to be able to understand them. Okay. But what if, this dude, he says you were raised right, but what if other people weren't raised right? What if some people was raised right, but just wasn't raised to understand that one particular thing? Okay, whites love saying racism is over. See, the reason why white people like saying racism is over because it affects them more so than a lot of people in terms of who's being accused of it. They feel like, oh man, if they say racism is real, they're attacking me. That's how they really feel, like I'm being attacked. So that's the reason why they say that. It's more convenient to say it's not. That gets people off the hook. Yo, I was watching your out and about videos in that shopping center. It is still there. Okay, yeah. Racism is over for anyone white. I wouldn't start attacking white people, but that's what you call cognitive dissonance again. White people don't have to go through the same racism. Like poor white people, they always say, nah, it's the same as we're being oppressed just like black people. No, you're not. Because those are two different types of oppression. Poor people are being oppressed. So yes, you are experiencing oppression, but black people are experiencing oppression due to their race. Meaning a black person could be poor and being oppressed because he's poor, and being oppressed because he's black. Whereas you're just being oppressed because you're poor. So you're both being oppressed, but you're only being oppressed because you're poor. So you might say, well, it's hard for me to become rich. and it's hard for a black guy to become rich. So we're at the same level. No, because what if that black person does become rich, right? When they still become rich, like what's his name, Forrest Whitaker, they will still be watching them in the stores. They will still get pulled over by the police. They still will be fearing for their lives when they're getting ready to get arrested. That's the difference. They're not the same thing. Most black people experience being poor and being oppressed for that, but they're also being oppressed because they're black. So it's two different things. So the person, if a white person said they're being oppressed because they're poor, they're absolutely right. They know what oppression is like, but they don't know what being black is like. They know what being poor is like, but being black is not the same thing. People like when I walk through the streets and a woman reached into a purse to go reach for her pepper spray or whatever because she saw me, and I'm just walking, I ain't got no hoodie on or nothing. That's, and really I should be able to wear a hoodie without being, considered a criminal. She's not reaching in her bag to pull out a gun to smoke me because she think I'm poor. She's reaching out a bag reaching in her bag to grab a gun to smoke me because I'm black. And for some reason she equates that with criminality. That's why it's not the same thing. She ain't saying, well, you know what? Let me make sure that I don't like at the ATM. I'm scared because it's poor people. No, I'm not scared because it's poor people. Same way with Chris Rock said. I'm scared because I'm looking out for niggas. That's what it is. Let's tell it how it is. Okay, Mean, tell us the story of the anime. No, I'll tell y'all later on, man. Damn, Mean, who you cursed out because no, I never cussed nobody out like that. Like you said, I wasn't raised like that. No, I'm joking. But I just never was on that bullshit. Yo, LOL, Mean was telling them niggas about Corko no basket. Yup. Like it was Empire or something. Yeah, I was. Oh man, I was talking like it was a regular, like it was like this was like the NBA, something like that. Like I watched the game on TV. Okay, man, this Ushio Tora review turned into a classic mainstream. Yup, pretty much. It was around the time he first came back. Okay, Ube Kari taught Mean well. Oh man, you better stop it, man. No, Ube Kari didn't teach me nothing. I'm playing. I learned from everybody. I learned from Ube Kari. I learned from a lot of people. I learned from Zoro Fanboy, but I also learned from what's he called, the Amazing Atheist. What's the other dude? The Atheist Experience. And I know what y'all wonder is I mean atheist. No means not atheist. Okay, racism is over though. We got them kids doing the dab. That no, it ain't. No, it ain't. Okay, when people are mad because they change the race of a character to black, that's how you know racism still exists. And then they'll sit there and say, but you guys don't get mad. But you guys don't get mad when they change the black, but you guys are going to get mad if they change the black character to white. Yes. You're not supposed to get mad when they change the character to black, but you should get mad if they change the character to white. And I know what you're saying, but why? Well, isn't that racism? The difference is, it's not that black people are better or anything like that. It's that if you got one people being underrepresented, right? If you change the character to that race, that means that you're finally giving them some. It's like saying we're gonna give rights to black people. Oh my God! Now you're trying to make it unfair for us. No, it's not. If the people are already being underrepresented, then you can go ahead and do that. But why would you? Look, most of video game characters is white. Let's keep it real. It's not wrong with white people. I'm just saying that most of them is white. Okay, cool. But then if you turn a black character into white, now the characters that are already being overrepresented are being overrepresented even more. You get what I'm saying? Mean also used to rep. I never rep Tommy Sotomayor. I just watched. I told you, I only seen a few of his videos, and I agree with a couple things he said. That's all I said. But yeah, Tommy Sotomayor is an Uncle Tom. Man, I'm fucking hating. I fucking hate. I'm going to work, and some white person okay, now this guy's probably gonna get racist. Okay, white person or other person sees me and goes the long way around. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that, man. I get that, man. People they just look. Don't blame them. Don't blame them because they're growing up in the same society as you. They're learning the same stuff you're learning. to be scared of black people. Black people are scared of black people as well. You seen that skit that Key and Peele did. It is real. That is real. Everybody's being taught to hate black people. It it's not even really their fault. They're growing up in a society that's like that. So I don't put that on, like, I don't say, man, white people did it. No, because it's not their fault. It just happened that way. It's history. You know what I'm saying? History created this environment for this stuff to happen. Okay, Double Four Anime. I need to. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Double Four Anime is about to surpass Soy 7 Mage. Oh my god. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Tommy ain't completely wrong, but he goes way overboard. I would say a couple things he say make sense, but let's keep it real. He's an Uncle Tom. Okay, anyway, go ahead and leave your comments, like the video, and subscribe, because I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that. Peace.